What is happening, guys? It is Bill back at the wall of tools. Sorry about getting my video out a little bit later than usual today. Kind of a funny story. I filmed an entire video walking you guys through a tool. And when I went to go post it on YouTube, I discovered that it was a time-lapse video. So my video ended up being about 15 seconds and just showed me moving around really quickly and not much information. And so I am refilming the video, maybe a little less spontaneous this time, but hopefully we can talk you through this tool, which I think is actually pretty cool. Okay, so today I am talking about the Dewalt 20 volt max 3x360 line laser. What is it? What does it do? Why do I want one? All right, so first things first, it's a pretty straightforward product. It's going to project a level line all around the room in 360 degrees. And you can see here, each of these gray housings is a laser. So this particular one can project a laser on 3 different planes. You've got your horizontal, you've got your vertical, and then your Z-axis vertical, right? Typically, at least for me, I'm not framing out a whole room or anything like that. I'm usually just using one at a time, and most of the time it's gonna be the horizontal. Back here, you can see there is a housing for the battery. It can take any battery, small, big. I'm sure if you use it all day, you want some a little bigger, and obviously it's not something you're carrying with you, so usually I'll just throw a big battery in there so I don't have to worry about anything. A couple other cool features. On the bottom, you can see it will take a tripod mount. The one I purchased did not come with a tripod, and I would recommend buying one if you anticipate using it regularly. It's just hard to get it at exactly the right height, right? Like originally I had it sitting here on a shelf, and then I've got a book to go up a little bit, but then it's too thick of a book, and a tripod, of course, will handle that perfectly. Hold on, let me just lock these. Another thing that's pretty darn cool is this right here on the side. Doesn't look like much, but these are actually really strong magnets. So if you have metal studs or you have metal shelving like I do in my garage, you can stick this right onto it and it'll hold. And then you can slide it up and down. So it's a great option, especially if you're framing out a whole room or something like that, where you might want to use that. Operation, pretty straightforward here. You've got this switch which turns it on and unlocks it. So you heard these rattling around before. Each of these gray housings is a laser, and once you unlock it, they can move freely. And what that does is it allows them to self-level. So within a degree of tolerance, it will self-level. You don't have to set up your tripod perfectly with a bubble level. This will take care of it for you. And then you can see once it's on, you've got a battery indicator here, and then this is just an on-off switch for each of the planes. So if I do here, you can see the level is going to paint a green line all around my room. If I do here, you can see, well, maybe you can't, but here, you can see there, it'll do it on another dimension. So kind of cool. I have it set up here just so that when I'm talking to you, it's not getting in my eye or anything like that. Obviously, you don't want a laser in your eye, but you can still see it operating back here. Kind of cool. Another thing that I think is a handy little feature is, of course, you can swivel this puppy, right? You see nothing's really changing when I swivel this up here, but here we go. But you can see the line that it projects on the room is moving. So this one here is moving, and this is another great opportunity here. I have this well out of square, but if it's too far out of square, the machine lets you know by blinking like this. So it's saying, hey, I'm trying to self-level, I can't, so put me somewhere a bit more level. Now obviously this is just for display purposes here, so you can see as you move this, your line gets moved and projected around the room. So pretty cool there. So how do you use it? I got this for a specialty need outside. I wanted to assess some grade and I wanted to use a laser level. And this worked great. It was awesome. Outside, you definitely run into the margins of the product in terms of power. Like if you're shooting a laser outdoor during the day over any amount of distance, it's going to degrade really quickly and that laser gets super, super, super faint. So that's a lot of what you're paying for with these outdoor lasers, is just the ability to have a really, really strong laser. I got a laser detector, which can detect it beyond what your naked eye can tell a laser is, and it works great. I haven't really used the laser detector indoor just because I don't need it. It's a pretty visible line indoor. You can see this garage, I have the door open, I have the lights on, and still you can see the green laser really well. So beyond that specialty product, what I use it for is helping me project a line onto the wall. There's so many times I was installing shelves in the pantry, wanted to make sure I was level, set this puppy up, have a green line right across. I could square my shelves up to it. I know right where to drill. I don't need to hold the level while I do things. It's projected there for me, and it is just so handy. Let's say you use a stud detector, beep, beep, beep. You find that the stud is right here. You can use it to project a perfectly plumb green line up and down, and you know where the stud is the whole time. So there's just lots of applications like that. And of course, something like this, I would never say it takes the place of old trusty, but it is nice to get that hand back, especially since my wife and my kids don't do a whole lot of helping when I'm working on a project, so every hand is key. Yeah, I think it's been really, really handy. I think if I just needed to put up one set of shelves, I would never be in a position to purchase something like this. But once you use it once, it's great forever on in the future, and it really just slays all sorts of projects where you want something level. I like that it really takes the guesswork out of it too. So like I said, if it's blinking, it's not working. And if it is a solid line, you know you're good, and you don't have to spend a lot of time going back and forth. Like right here is right on the edge of what it can do, but you can see here it's just projecting a line, and it just makes it so easy. It'll project all around the room, and it's awesome. It did come with this cool T-stack case as well. And I'll show you what's in here. It's not that exciting. This thing is mostly just super thick foam, so you can tell it does a really good job protecting the levels from bangs and bumps. Comes with a couple accessories like this, which lets you clip onto things, and then has a metal bracket, so you can use that magnetic feature I was talking about. Same deal. I actually purchased the laser detector separately, but it has a cool spot for that to fit in, as well as some other pieces that help you get dialed in. I keep the manual in here, and then everything is just a nice package. I wouldn't say it's a high access tool, but when I use it, it is extremely handy to have, and I really like it. So I think I got that on Amazon. Again, specialty outdoor product, but worth taking a look at, especially if you do any amount of work where you need your hands free, you want to have a perfectly level line, and it's just great. Like say something like, say you're putting pictures up even, right? And you want to make sure that the picture over on the south wall is perfectly in line with the picture on the north wall. They're not anywhere near. You can't, even a 6-foot level isn't going to get you close enough, right? You can do it. There's certainly ways to do it. You can get out your tape measure, but just having one line across the room and knowing you're consistent is fabulous. So apologies about making a video the second time. Hopefully you got all the same information, and look forward to talking you through another tool tomorrow. Thanks guys. See you later.